not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit's willing, but the body is weak.
He went away a second time and prayed.
My Father, if it's possible, please, can this cup pass away from me, be taken away? But if not possible for this cup to be taken away, unless I drink it, may your will be done.
When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away once more and prayed the third time.
My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done.
Then he returned to the disciples and said to them,
Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour is near, and the Son of Man is to be betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let's go. Here comes my betrayer.
Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now the betrayer, he had arranged a signal for them.
The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him.
Going at once to Jesus, Judas said,
Greetings, Rabbi.
and he kissed him. Jesus replied,
Friend, do what you came for.
Then the men stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. With that, one of Jesus' companions reached for his sword, drew it out, and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. Jesus said to him,
Put your sword back in its place, for all who live by the sword will die by the sword. Do you think I cannot call on my Father, and he will at once put at my disposal more than 12 legions of angels? But how then would the scriptures be fulfilled that say it must happen this way?
At that time, Jesus said to the crowd,
Am I leading a rebellion that you come with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I sat in the courts teaching, and you did not arrest me. But this has all happened in order to fulfill the writings of the prophets.
Then all the disciples deserted him and fled. Those who had arrested Jesus took him to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the teachers of the law and the elders had assembled. But Peter, he followed him at a distance, right up to the courtyard of the high priest. He entered and sat down with the guards to see the outcome. The chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for false evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death. But they could not find any, though many false witnesses came forward. Finally, 2 came forward and declared,
The fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days.
Then the chief priest stood up and said to Jesus,
Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony these men are bringing against you?
But Jesus remained silent. The high priest said to him,
I charge you under the oath of the living God. Tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God.
Yes, it is as you say. But I say to you, in the future you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven."
Then the high priest tore his clothes and said,
He has spoken blasphemy. Why do we need to hear any more witnesses? Look, now you have heard the blasphemy. What do you think?
He is worthy of death. He must die.
Then they spit in his face and struck him with their fists. Others slapped him and said,
Prophesy to us, Christ. Who hit you?
Meanwhile, Peter was sitting out in the courtyard, and a servant girl came to him.
You also were with Jesus of Galilee.
But he denied it before them all.
I do not know what you are talking about.
Then Peter went out to the gateway, where another girl saw him, and said to the people there,
This fellow was with Jesus of Nazareth.
Peter denied it again, this time with an oath.
I do not know the man.
After a little while, those standing there went up to Peter and said,
Surely you are one of them, for your accent gives you away.
Then Peter began to call down curses on himself, and Peter swore at them.
I do not know this man.
Immediately, a rooster crowed. Then Peter remembered the words Jesus had spoken.
"Before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times."
And Peter went out and wept bitterly.
Like Peter, we have all at various times denied Jesus in our life. And I want to invite us to just be quiet for a moment and to invite God to search our hearts and to confess to Him those times, to confess our waywardness. Scripture says, "Search my heart, O God, and see if there be any wicked way in me." We all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way. And the Lord has laid on Jesus the sin of us all. Let's be quiet for a few moments.